are you doing?
Ha!
This is my video.
Ah!
I'm sorry. He's trying to steal the show. He always does that. Welcome to the new Zeth of Hyrule video. Okay then. Hello, fellow Zelda fans. By the way, before I get started, I wanted to say I recently passed 7,000 followers on Tumblr. I just want to say I can't keep up with you guys. You're amazing. And I just wanted to say, in person, or as much as I'll ever be, thank you from the bottom of my Triforce heart. I'm Zeth of Hyrule, and today we're going to be talking about the nostalgia in the Legend of Zelda series. And more specifically, BAM! Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. A Link Between Worlds. I think it might have surprised us all on how ridiculously good it was. Honestly, you just start playing the game, and you think, oh, wall merging and whatever, but ever since Spirit Tracks, I've learned not to have any doubts about any Zelda game. It was truly charming, and unlike any other Zelda game I've played, and I know it's practically identical map and character-wise to A Link to the Past, but honestly, it brings so much more to the game, and I think I'm very happy with Nintendo for going back, for backtracking to that point, because A Link to the Past changed Zelda as we know it. When that game came out, you were introduced to real story in Zelda for the first time. The first real cutscenes. I mean, it had cutscenes. More importantly, a storyline throughout the game. And the huge thing with A Link Between Worlds is when I was playing that game, I couldn't help but think of childhood memories playing A Link to the Past. Now granted, I'm not one of the cool original people who played it on the Super Nintendo. I'm not one of those guys. I played it on this system. The Game Boy Advanced remake. With the Four Swords game. Yeah, but still, it was childhood memories, and very nostalgic for that matter. But I did grow up on an NES system with the very first Zelda game. That's why in Link Between Worlds, it's so amazing to me that you get to choose which dungeon you go to in whatever order. Granted, there's some few exceptions, but I love that freedom, that true sense of adventure that this game gives you that a Zelda game really hasn't given anyone since A Link to the Past. And it's this true, no hand-holding sense of adventure that really just sucked me into the game. Honestly, when I got it, I couldn't stop playing it. And like Skyward Sword, I'd play on and off until I beat it. On and off as in, I beat it in a week. But this Zelda game, for some special reason, took me back to my childhood passion for the Legend of Zelda series. And I've been exploring why, other than the obvious reasons. And that, to me, is what really makes a game special. When it can really give you emotions. And no matter how many times Link finds the Master Sword, it's always amazing. Every time you find that Master Sword. This is honestly the best cosplay sword ever. Look at this. My girlfriend, Phoenix of Termina, got this for me. I think one of the most wonderful things about A Link Between Worlds is the reamped music. I cannot stop listening to it. Honestly, I think it is the best Zelda soundtrack since Spirit Tracks. Gives me chills every time. And so many of the songs, like the Forest of Mystery. And it's not only the old stuff that they returned that makes this game feel nostalgic. Basically, all elements of this game just really feel true to the heart classic Zelda to me. And whether it's classic Zelda or the modern Zelda, it's that special feeling we get when you play a game this good. I love the storyline in the game. Even though there's a lack of cutscenes, it makes up for everything else with just interesting, fun characters and amazingly fun gameplay. I didn't think wall merging would be that fun. And I love the items they brought back and how they're upgradable and the whole Nintendo, you have my applause. Zelda will be forever different because of what you did. Picking dungeons in whichever order you want, and weapon rental service with Ravio. Ravio is the third reason this game is awesome. Yeah! And whether that Zelda nostalgia for you is playing Ocarina of Time as a kid, or your first adventure in Majora's Mask, or even being a brand new Zelda fan for the first time playing the impelling story of Twilight Princess, whatever it is that reminds you of your first Zelda game, I think that's what makes Zelda so nostalgic. I think that's the thing that makes Zelda the most special of all, is that we personally connect with Link. Yes, you. Zelda fans, that's one more thing I wanted to talk about today. Link talks. I once thought Link does not talk. I was wrong. Link may not have a voice, but that's intentional, guys. We don't want to hear what his actual voice sounds like. We don't want to hear him talk, because the second he opens his mouth, 80% of all Zelda fans in the world will be disappointed by his voice. Okay, and that's why there is no voice acting in Zelda. Because if Link were to talk, it would ruin our expectations. All of those beautiful that he makes would never hold up to our expectations of the voice that goes with that. And a lot of people would say there is no voice that goes with that. Come on! Guys, he's not a mute. He talks. Look at this. What do you think he's doing there? That looks like talking. And he does it in practically any new Zelda game. For a while he didn't, but limited technology and such. And plus, what do you think you're doing every time you answer a yes or no question? And instead of it just saying yes or no, it has some sort of comment with it. Not right now, or yes please. I don't think he can say all that with a simple head nod and head shake. He may be the quiet type, but there's no doubt about it. He definitely talks. And one more thing, this awesome Legend of Zelda manga series where Link talks and he says all the exact things that you'd expect him to. So many Zelda fans look at this book series in disgust. Oh, Link talks! That's it! I'll never love this manga! Oh, there's pink on the cover! Link is not wearing pants! Any Zelda fan who wants more of their favorite game, buy the manga of it. It is just so good. Akira Himikawa, which is in fact the exact same people who did the manga in the back of Hyrule Historia that everyone loves so much. Done by the same people. Akira Himikawa knows their stuff. Link talks. We don't hear his voice for good reasons. He is a quiet type, but he does talk. So take that. And why does everyone hate Navi? Respect Navi! Link does. That's why Majora's Mask happens. He goes looking for her. Cause he cares. So all the Zelda fans are like, Link kills Navi and tells her to shut up. The joke ended like 8 years ago. It was funny. For a time. Let it go. And I know people don't like the idea of Link talking because of this.
I can't wait to bomb some Dodongo.
And this.
Oh, excuse me, princess.
There's way too much hate out for these things. Although they're not good Zelda, they're still hilarious. Come on, it's good for a laugh. Other Zelda news. I'm wearing a scarf because scarves are cool now. Hyrule Warriors. Parentheses, game title not final. Scarf Link, that's what I'm gonna call him. He looks so good with a scarf. That game is gonna be awesome. I already own a couple of the samurai games. I love the gameplay is just run, hack and slash, kill hundreds of people at a time. But to do that with Link against Bokoblin's gigantic Dodongos and everything else, it's just so awesome. Look at that, he's like throwing bombs and honestly, I can't wait for Zelda Wii U, but this game has me so bumped up. I can't wait to play it. Samurai Scarf. Anyways, I recently ordered a new Figma character, Hatsune Miku, and I'm gonna start doing photo shoots with her and Link together, just to have a second character. Everything's funnier with two people, and a mic. And Phoenix of Termina recently got an Asuna Figma action figure, one of the main characters from the anime Sword Art Online. We've got a couple characters now. We're doing a collaborative photo shoot right now. Still haven't finished it, but we will. It's gonna be hilarious. A more silly sense of nostalgia. The Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks makes quite a few references to the old TV show from the 80s. If you look at the first dungeon that you go to, it looks like one of Ganon's many underworld entrances in the other Hyrule. One other thing that reminded me of the Zelda cartoons is the bubbles over their heads when they go on the underwater railroad. That cracked me up because it just reminded me of underwater bubbleheads. And the whole Ghost Zelda thing. That reminded me very much of one very specific episode of the Zelda cartoon. I got an iPad for Christmas, so I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, and YouTube. I'll put the links to all of them below. And if you guys liked this, please subscribe. Check out my other videos. I love all of you Zelda fans, even if you hate Navi, and even if you don't like to bomb Dodongos. You're an awesome Zelda fan, or just person in general. If you guys want to hear me play a special song, write it in the comments below, and I'll play it in my next video. So I might be playing a lot. I might just make a whole ocarina video of me playing different songs. So shiny! I also got this. It's lots of fun too. If you guys liked Figma Link, please check out my Tumblr. If you're watching this because you're on my Tumblr, thank you so much. Because when I started this blog, it was just months and months of reblogging Zelda stuff. And then I'm like, photo shoot time. And then that post was a huge success. I just never thought I'd be here for taking pictures of my favorite action figure. Just doing something I love so much. You guys are all so supportive of it, so thank you so much. Keep on adventuring, heroes! If you like this, here's some other links. Boom, 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 to my other videos. Boom. If you're not on YouTube, they're not gonna show up, so don't comment that. Alright, love you guys! Talk to you later!